Hey YouTube, this is Hella Bella. I wanted to do a video about my experience with merch by Amazon so far. I'm just getting started and kind of figuring out what works and what doesn't work, so this video is going to be a little bit scatterbrained, but I've got a lot of tabs pulled up. I'm just going to talk through what's been going on in the merch business for me. So far I have hired 3 graphic designers. I hired one from Fiverr, and he did one shirt design for me for $11, and that shirt turned out really nice. That shirt's actually sold 6 times. However, I bought the shirt, my mom bought the shirt, and a couple people that I know bought the shirt. So not any, maybe one organic sale so far, but that was a region-specific shirt. And so I also hired 2 other graphic designers from Upwork. And I can tell you that you get more for your money on Upwork if you go ahead and put in the text what you expect in the job description what you expect. So both of my job descriptions say that this is a trial period job, that I have more work coming for you if your work is good. I think this is the first one that I ever posted. Yeah, t-shirt graphic design for merch by Amazon, mostly text-based, $3 to $5 per design. And I wound up getting one great designer out of that I've already had 2 projects with. I've wound up completing 2 contracts with him so far, and I plan to use him in the future. And then I hired another person. Let's see. I feel like this job description was better. Merch by Amazon t-shirt graphic designer. I want 5 designs for $20, a trial run project. And I realize that's low, guys, but these designs are all text-based. A good designer can crank these out really quickly. So I do think that you should specify that you want somebody who has experience with merch by Amazon, because if they don't understand these file formats, it's going to be a huge headache trying to get them to get it right and get it with the 4500 by 5400 pixels, and it's just like, if it's not done to that standard, then it's going to be a headache for you. So then I put in that if your shirts sell, then we'll have other deals. Let's see. You'll be expected to produce your original design work. I will expect you to briefly research the competition and surpass their design quality and style. This job is a trial run to test your design capabilities. It pays $20 for 5 quality designs. I will expect you to give me proofs for feedback and possible edits. So the guy I hired for this, I gave him 5 ideas and kind of gave him some other examples to look over, and he came back with 5 awesome designs. I was so surprised at how good his work was. So the problem that I had with him was that he failed to put them in the right format for merch by Amazon. So I had to send him a message and say that I need these files reformatted. And so he did that, and we're working back and forth on that right now. So he actually fixed all the files pretty quickly. So overall, I'll probably wind up hiring him again too, because he does good work. His design was good, it was just the format that he had wrong, and that's something that's easily fixable. And then I always attach a couple of examples that you feel like are the quality that you're looking for. Communication is essential in working on this project. I want a designer who's going to be able to work back and forth with me on my ideas and send me proofs and ask questions if they have questions. So the only hiccup I really had was the file format issue for merch by Amazon. And here you can see a link to, I put this in all the job descriptions. This is the file format that you'll be working with. So currently I have, 6 shirts live. If you go to my dashboard, I think it'll tell me that. It says I have 8 for sale, but 2 are under review right now. And so I have 2 pending approval. I've sold 7 shirts for $109.93. Obviously, I don't make that. I've made $25.29 in royalties, but it doesn't really count because here is my little spreadsheet I keep of my costs. So I've spent $70.22 on this venture so far. In my opinion, that's really low startup cost for a business. And the royalties, I've earned $25.29, so I just subtracted that to have a total net loss of around $45 that I've spent on this business so far. And so the costs associated with this are just my graphic designer. I paid him $12.50 for 6 shirts, and plus Upwork has I think around a 3% service fee or something like that, 2 or 3%. I bought my shirt to test it out. I actually wore it yesterday when I was going hiking. A little bit of advertising there. And then I hired another designer. That was $15, a little over $15 too. I ran Reddit ads. Going to talk about that in just a moment. Here's another shirt that I bought to test out. So that was 16 bucks. So really the bulk of my cost has been ordering my own shirts to see what kind of quality they are. And that's not a big deal because I wanted the shirts anyways. I think they look really good. But we can talk about, well, so far I've gotten 18 designs made for this cost. I've gotten 18 designs made, 2 shirts, formed relationships with 2 to 3 graphic designers, and ran some Reddit ads. So I'm still learning about Reddit ads. Actually, I have had very little success, but I think that I know what I did wrong now. So here are the 2 ads that I have. And I ran these on really specific subreddits, which I thought was good, but I needed to broaden it a little bit because I'm not getting the traffic that I need. And so on Reddit, the minimum ad you can run is $5. So I just picked 2 shirts that I had finished and, just kind of playing around with it a little bit. I thought if I made one sale, that'd be good, but really I'm just trying to learn the business. So my Cardio Cats coffee shirt, I looked at the traffic on it today and it's really low. So on Reddit you get impressions, so maybe I can show you from this perspective. So say I go to this subreddit, books. Let's see. Okay, that's a horrible example because there's no ads. They have ad blocker. I'll just go to the one that I had posted in. Like fitness subreddit, because some of my shirts are workout shirts. So when you run an ad, this is what you see at the top. This: achieve your fitness goals with our healthy and delicious snacks. We make everything with high quality ingredients, yada yada yada. So what this is an advertisement at the top of a subreddit. So Reddit allows you to target certain subreddits that you want to run your ad. So if you have a fitness related product, you'd want to run your ad on fitness. You'd want to run it on XX Fitness, which is a women's subreddit for fitness. Maybe like some Lose It is a subreddit for losing weight. And what you do is you find all the subreddits that are within the category of what you're trying to advertise. And sometimes if you go on the sidebar over here, you can find the related subreddits. But Reddit is its own beast, and I won't get into that, but I will say that when you run an ad on Reddit, it's a lot different from running an ad anywhere else. You're talking to a community, you're talking to Redditors, you're not talking to your average person. So let's go over a little bit about this. I have spent $1.05 in my budget, so I've gotten 2,311 impressions. So what that means is that this ad has showed up at the top of the page that many times. It does not mean it's been clicked on that many times. It's only been clicked on 4 times out of all those impressions. So that just tells you what little bit of percentage of people who actually click on the ad. And who's to say those aren't other advertisers like me who are just scrolling through trying to see what works and what doesn't. So another thing you get on this is a cost per click. So it costs me 26 cents every time somebody clicks on my design. But when they click on this, it takes them straight to the purchase page. And then they're able to quickly make a decision whether or not they want the shirt or not. I have not had any sales from this. However, I think it's good to get some traffic to the ad, regardless, or to the listing. So what I've read, there's not many videos on running Reddit ads so far. I think that they're not very well received by the Reddit community. However, they are successful sometimes if the campaign is done correctly. There's like an article of the top 10 ads that won over Reddit. And it's really good. You should study that if you're planning on running an ad. So I heard that a good click-through rate was 0.5%. Obviously, I'm not anywhere close to that. So think about 1% would be 1 out of every 100 people who sees your ad clicks on it. That's really good. So 0.5% is something to target. So let's take a look at this other ad that I ran. This is on my, let's see, traffic. Yeah, this one did really poorly. So I think what I did wrong was that I didn't expose it to enough subreddits, because I did some really specific ones that I knew about. And let's see, yeah, it's only gotten 1 click. So far the cost per click is very high. It's 80 cents. So I paid 80 cents for 1 person to click on my shirt. So today, it gives you a click-through rate for every day, and then it also gives you a total click-through rate. So far it's had 1,798 impressions and 1 click. That's fucking terrible. However, I think I know what I did wrong, and I'm going to do better with the next one. And I have more shirt designs coming out, so I'm going to be able to target some different communities, some larger communities. Okay, so what else did I have to talk about for you guys? Really, the biggest thing that I've learned is that if you're going to hire a designer, you need to go ahead and figure out what exactly you're asking from that person. What do you need done? What do you want it to look like? What are some examples of the shirt that you want? If you have a competitor, show them your competitor's photos. If you have some sort of design in mind, show them that. I'm keeping a portfolio of all the designs I currently have and the ones we're working on. But I really recommend Upwork. It's been great. I didn't figure that I'd get much out of it because I've heard like really poor reviews on it, but I just think that people were not specific enough in what they were looking for, because if you don't, I mean, there's a communication barrier with these people. They're not from the United States. So if you're not able to articulate what you want from them, then they're not going to be able to produce it. So one thing I would recommend is that you make your design fit smaller on the shirt. So I told them to go with the 4500 by 5400 designs, but what that means is that they were using up that whole space. And when I got my shirts printed the first time, the design was a little bit too big on the shirt. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was kind of like hanging off the side of the shirt. So I wanted it to be more in the middle. So what I'm gonna have to do is tell my designers from now on to reformat a little bit. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. This right here. So basically, this is what I told my designer to work with from now on. I want my design in the center of this. So there's the whole design on the shirt, and then there's my design in the center. So we're going to start doing that from now on, just a little tweak to make the shirts look better when they're printed, because we're designing these shirts and we see that it looks good on a computer screen, but how do we know what it looks like when the customer gets it? That's what I want to care about. That's what's important to me. And I also decided to do my brand under one brand on Amazon, and I know people had really warned against that because people will steal your design. But I'm in this business, and I think that, have a design that's not easily copied. Find something that is hard to replicate. And the thing is, like, pretty much every design on here is a copy of something. You're not the first person to think of something. Very few people are. So my brand is Hella Bella Apparel. That's not my shirt. That looks crappy. And we'll just see how it goes. I'm not really sure. That's not mine at all. None of this is mine. If you type in, let's see. Yeah, here it is, Hella Bella Apparel. And I only have 6 shirts up right now, so it's kind of sad. However, I'm working on it. And it's all a work in progress. I really started this having 0 experience, not knowing what I was doing at all, and I feel like I've learned a lot just in the past couple of weeks looking at all this stuff. I was not that excited about Merch by Amazon, but I got accepted, and I thought, I should probably do this, because there's a lot of people who didn't get accepted yet who really want to do it, and I thought, you're wasting your space if you don't do this. So I've probably made 1 or 2 organic sales so far, but this is the first month, and maybe I've been put 2 weeks into this so far, I think. But that's just what I've learned so far, guys. And if this video helps you out, let me know. Leave a comment. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them, but maybe I can't. Perhaps you have suggestions for me. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, and I will keep making these videos as I learn more things about Merch by Amazon.